Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy P Farm thinking right out here in my lab. Oh, I'm in the book. We about to learn about one of my favorite gods, Tahuti. I get into that as the lesson go. I feel like teaching. I got some information I want to drop on you. Hopefully, some good stuff that you can actually use. That's what I do. Give it to you so you can use it. Let's go. Writism, 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I greatly appreciate that. Let's do what we do. Right thinking, mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is, yep, know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Oh, you will when I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to Maya be true. We're gonna talk about my dude Tahuti. And let me show you something right quick. When you observe it and you really study it, you see here he's always writing. He's called the scribe of scribes. He's the one that created the hieroglyphics. He's the mind of God. But we gave him a character, identity. He's not real. I see people making him the king of Atlantis, and these are all prototypes, concepts that you can practice. We gave him identity, but right here you see he's writing his right hand, right? Right hand, right? These are all forms I tell who I'm gonna break that down for you again. And you see over here, the scribe is always writing with the right hand. Guess what he's doing here? Right here. That's him again. But you notice he's writing with what? The left hand. So obviously, Tahuti is what? Ambidextrous. I'm just gonna get that point here right quick. My dad was a lefty. My older brother was a lefty. My other brother, both lefties. I didn't get that lefty trait. So I'm right-handed. Let's go. But let's talk about right then. Let's talk about the ancient Egyptian story of the lost book of Tahuti. Everybody's looking for these books that Tahuti is supposed to have written. The Greeks call him Hermes Trismegistus, thrice great. The Greeks call him Mercury. He's a messenger from God. Everybody has one. Not real. We give him identity. Okay, please understand that. Jesus, not real. If the Bible thumpers or the Bible writers would tell y'all this book ain't meant to be taken literal, they would be a lot better off. Why? Because they would have a better understanding. They got the wrong concept. That's why. Moving on. Who is Tahuti? Glad you asked. Let me break that down for you. This is what I like to do. Give information that you can actually use. Tahuti is the god whom the ancient Greeks later called Hermes. Again, they got to get their say in. But Tahuti represents a man's body with an ibis bird head. Why a man would have an ibis bird head? The qualities of the ibis bird, we taking that and using it for our benefit, what we call a more noble and glorious purpose for ourselves to use to better ourselves. That's why. And it is the divinity to which the Medjugorje, the hieroglyphic legends were ascribed the creation of the hieroglyphics and scripture. He is the creator of that. Why? He's the mind of God. He brings God's message to us. This is all conceptually. This is a philosophy. This is principles and concepts that we're dealing with, not real people. We give them identity so we could study them. And with it, the wisdom teachings, right there. His whole job is to what? Teach knowledge, dispense knowledge of our ancient commissions. He also presided where? Over the judgment scene where the soul, your heart, these are weighed against the feather of Ma'at. Some people like to say that's his wife. In principle, he represents wisdom, she represents duality, divinity from God. He has a mate, my girl, Sachet. She's the female version of the mind. Remember, Mayat is justice, reciprocity, all good stuff. She represents good, order. Her enemy, her arch enemy, would be chaos. Chaos, order. But with Tahuti, his whole goal is to what? Defeat who? Ignorance. Your ego. Okay? Your ego stand a chance against him. You don't even worry about it. Let's go. In person. You got Tahuti. Excuse me, he got all his regalia. You see him, he always got, his stuff on. And all that's symbolical of his prestige and what he is. He keeps track of all records. He's considered the moon god. When God go down, when the sun go down, when Ra go down, he leaves Tahuti in charge. He going to the baboon state. But all this is concept that we created, stories that we get, allegorical stories to teach, to help you learn about these so you can implement them and harness them and put it in your character to better oneself, to completely know thyself. And Tahuti is the first start. Why? The different forms of Tahuti. Tahuti is the symbol of right reason. Uh-oh, here we go. He's the link to our higher self. And when the determination to pursue the divine arises in every individual, now the struggle becomes what we call a holy war against what? Ignorance and illusions within one's own consciousness over what? Enlightenment and knowledge of self. That's the war that we all have to fight. I call it the moral conflict inside yourself. You can do good, you can do you, or you can do God. Doing you is not always good. Serving God is always a good thing. That's the difference. And it plays itself out. I don't care how you slice it. Good is good, bad is bad. You can't have one without the other. So you are to divide the deciding factor. Okay, your decision making is based on what you think is best for you. And if you have knowledge of self, you have mastery of oneself, your concept, your personality, you have all that from practicing, learning, you will be a master of oneself while you're here, and you will elevate your consciousness where you be able to say, oh, I know thyself. Because at judgment day, that's what you're going to need. Knowing how deep the ocean is, knowing how far the sun don't mean a damn thing at judgment day. Sorry about this. That's knowledge, which is fine, but it don't serve a purpose. Knowledge of self will help you. That's my concept. Calm down. And he's also known by the ancient Egyptians as who? Tahuti, Lord of divine words. He speaks for God. That's the concept. And the more well-known title he go by, Tahuti, or from the Greeks, Hermes, 3 times great. He was also known to the practitioners in your Roman, Greek, Greco-Roman period. The ancient Egyptians has Hermes, thrice great, as he is Lord of the what they consider the 3 worlds. Okay, I mean the 3 areas of consciousness: conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. He's great in every one of them aspects: earth, astral, casual planes, different concepts. But the mind is always all is mental, all is mind. Says him. Okay, the 7 hermetic principles. The Jews took all his concepts, and they're doing fine with it. Moving on. It's all about a principle that you can practice, master, and it'll serve you. Simple as that. All that God, God, God. Man, it's you. You and God work together. That's you having your human experience and realizing who you are and remembering, now I can go home. We here, we lost. We wandering the earth trying to figure ourselves out. And we had the blueprint right here, been having it for thousands of years. Moving on. The Egyptians didn't have that. Who were my problem? He's also master divine. The Romans called him Mercury, the guy with the wings on his head. See, and everybody got a different portrayal, a different concept and aspect of him, but it's all the same thing. I've been telling you that for a while too. All right, moving over here. The next concept that you're gonna see him here. This is Tahuti. This is Kansu. He's the son. He's considered also the moon god, right? Now he's the son of uh, Amun and Mu. He's considered the sun moon god, right? Tahuti swindled him out of 5 days to get the birth for Asar, Aset, Peru, Set, and that. That's how he got her to hit 5 days because she couldn't get pregnancy in the 360. God controls this. Everything is in his domain. So he stretched it out to 65 more, that means 5 more days. That's the concept of calendar that explains the 5 days. All symbolical, but it's all necessary. Why? It makes sense. We still following certain things that's been handed down since the beginning. Okay? Concepts, theories. All we got is theories and concepts. But we have a philosophy that you can manifest the truth for yourself. You gotta believe what nobody tell you. I ain't never asked you to believe me. Just no trust and practice it yourself. That's all. First, I just showed you a picture. The figure 27 left is a symbol of Tahuti, which is the god Tahuti. And C, or the first one, the eye. Remember, this is the eye, but you see in the bottom, the moon, crescent moon, that represents Tahuti. You always see his hat, like a Mexican sombrero, but this is the half a moon, and this is his hat. Okay, that's the feather of Maya. So he keeps truth with him also. Okay, he's a bearer of truth, no liar. The constant crescent moon, symbol of Tahuti. I just showed you that. Now you got A, that's him in his regalia with his scribe and his pen. And the other one, you see the ancient Egyptian god Khonsu. That's the guy, kid. He's the prince. He's the prince locked on the side. Okay, he's the heir to the throne. His father's Amun, his mother's Mu. But the ancient Egyptian god Tahuti symbolized a symbol of intellect, right thinking. That's Tahuti. That's my dude. And Khonsu is the reflection of consciousness where in time and space. With their crescent moon symbolism, they both are considered what moon gods. And the crescent moon with the sun disk right here. Remember, the moon takes rays from the sun that gets it, the radiant, the moon. It don't have nothing on its own. So the sun disk is always connected to the moon. One eye, the sun, the other eye is the moon. That's the concept of Haru. All right. The symbol of the crescent moon is of special importance. Why? To the Cometians and even the Hindus. Watch this. It is a symbol of the reflection of the sun, trying to get ahead of the game, but the moon symbolizes the reflection of what we consider divine consciousness, which every human being can achieve. I tell you all the time, if it's 9 billion people on earth, it's 9 billion ways to get to God. And that tells you everything you need to know. That's the concept. So ain't no one person got to lock on God. We God's chosen people. That nonsense. Let them have it. But it tells you, understanding every human being can achieve what? Knowledge of self. As they turn what? Toward the source of light. All religions is programmed to do just that. That's why I understand religion. And when you turn toward the source, which is God, aka the divine self, as symbolized by what? The sun. Again, the moon does not produce its own luminance. Just told you that. Again, I'm teaching. It depends on the sun. In the same manner, the human mind, pay attention, that is human consciousness or your soul is not self-sustaining. No, the ego thinks it is. It owes not only its existence, but also its continued survival to the presence of that thing up in the sky, the sun, in essence, our spirit. That's what's in us. That's what sustains us. Becoming conscious of who we are enlightens us with what? Knowledge of who? God, thyself. The crescent moon symbolizes what they call waxing or increasing spiritual knowledge, increasing in purity of intellect, and the development of your intuition and wisdom. You're practicing all, walking the steps of the tree of life. You're getting every one of these knowledge and concepts for yourself to harness as your character to what? Have knowledge of self in the end. This is accomplished how? Through all the means available. I bring it all to you. Any ways I can get you to understand, know yourself, I'm bringing it. And that the sages have prescribed for the practice of your yoga disciplines. You have devotional study of the wisdom teachings, right actions, and meditation. Daily practice of these disciplines will take you where you need to be. Higher consciousness with self-knowledge. Okay. Tahuti is the Sabah. Sabah is a teacher, a master. Tahuti is the god of learning. Watch this. Writing, mathematics, and language. We brought that to civilization. Tahuti is referred to, a lot of people know him as Thoth by the Greeks. Again, they changed the name and make it what they want. But our ancient Egyptian mythology, he is the scribe of the gods. He appears as the record keeper. He's your mind. He keeps track of everything you do. He keeps track of the dead in the book of coming forth by day. His job is to record, and the other job is to teach, give information. He is the patron of learning and of the arts. He is the inventor of writing and the specific theology related to him. He is also seen as the what? Creator of the universe. Tahuti is depicted as a man with the head of a baboon. You very rarely see that, but you see him all the time as the ibis head bird. The whole body you see him as a baboon, period. He also bears pen and ink. So this has been around a long time. And sometimes also he have what they call the lunar disc and the crescent. That's his headgear that he wears. So this is him again. In his all his regalia, okay, up below Egypt, the crescent moon, the top hat, everything that all the guys carry his watch stick, and he should have. He ain't got the key in his life, the key, the arm in his hand. But that's the concept, okay? And they gave him life. We presented him that way, okay? So where we at, right? Okay, Tahuti, he also bears the pen. I'm down here. I just showed you a picture. Tahuti is the transporter of what? The word. In the beginning, there was what? The word. That was Tahuti. That's what he represents. Now y'all using it where y'all want to make a difference, but this is what it comes from. Okay, he the transporter of the word of who? God, Ra. He brings the magic, what is we call spiritual power. Nobody knows what it is. It's just it's spirit. It's all that. Yeah, we now we study it, but that kind of 6,000 years ago before we come up with machines and break down molecules and atoms. They gave it to you where you can understand it. They simplified it. And this is the spiritual power of who? The supreme being, what they consider Ra, the sun, will what? Heal Haru. Spirit, Haru got bitten by a scorpion because his uncle Set sent him to kill him. Why? He's going to take the throne. Every philosophy, every concept where you got the leader always worrying about somebody overthrowing him. The Greeks had Zeus. He was scared his kids. He ate his kids because he was scared they're going to take over. These are all egoistic concepts. If your God's egoistic, he fears what? Losing his power, losing his state, losing the throne, losing control, losing being a dictator. But a wise pharaoh takes care of his people. That's the whole concept. That's what you're supposed to be. But the ibis is a wading bird. This is why I use him as a concept. Watch this. The ibis is a wading bird related to the stork in the heron. The choice of the ibis indicates what? It has a unique feature or quality which spiritual learning requires, which is what? There you go. This quality is related to the wading nature of the ibis. Skinny legs, big feet, you can just walk through the water, step through. But wading means walking in or through substance as water that offers resistance. Impedes or makes movement kind of difficult. Okay, we proud around, but Ibis, he do his thing. But Tahuti, he represents intellect, knowledge. That's what God wants you to have to deal with him. Now, ignorance, he don't deal with that. Knowledge, intellect. Why? Because the mind and its capacity to be able to cut or wade through what? The myriad of negative thoughts and bad concepts, aka water, water ocean of the consciousness. You have thoughts running through your mind all the time. Or they just pop up, whatever. That means you have no control of your thought process. You're not right thinking. When a bad thought comes up, I just block it out. At one time, I would entertain it. Yeah. Now, when you get better, it's far and few between. Why? The devil only gets to what? Idle minds. A God conscious mind, a Christ conscious mind, an enlightened mind, the devil can't mess with you. Why? He wants the weakness. He wants the less work less. He don't want to work hard. Yeah, you hard work, he leave you alone. He'll tell you 2 out of every 10 I got. I mean 8 out of every 10 I got. That means every 10 people, ain't but 2 of y'all. That's not a good number. Nonetheless, I did that already. But he brags about that. Of y'all ignorance of what? Self. Y'all believing in God. He got y'all hook, line, and sinker. The crescent moon is a symbol of Tahuti, is a figure of the moon, and it's what? The first quarter. It's starting to go forward. It come from right here to start waxing to go up. And it's convex. I mean, you have sharp edges. And convex edges terminating what? In points, both sides, cuts like a knife. But the crescent moon symbol signifies growing or increasing in understanding of oneself, reasoning, and spiritual wisdom. You're practicing, you're studying, you're implementing the stuff that you're learning, and you're putting it to use, and you're becoming a better person. So therefore, Tahuti is the embodiment of knowledge. He's the whole concept of right thinking. And this is one of the reasons why he is said to have created writing, to express the stuff, okay, to teach. He is also the messenger of Ra, who brings the special words of power to Aset. Another story, I gave that one. And God only communicates mentally, telepathically. Okay, that's the first thing. That's what Tahuti represents. Your telekinesis, your telepathic ways to communicate with the mind. And I said in the Assyrian resurrection story, gave you that lesson a long time ago. But in order, this the part, in order for Aset to resurrect Haru, which is her son, in this aspect, the symbolisms, the spiritual preceptor who brings what? The wisdom of who? The divine self, God, to you, the aspirant, so that now you, the aspirant, can resurrect, be born again. Okay? Was that a new birth, spiritual enlightenment? But now you can resurrect his or her what? Spiritual aspirations of what? Wanting to know who you are. You're curious about what? Thyself. I mean, curious George. He's curious about everything but him, but he was just curious to know about anything. Okay, that's what little kids do. And it was a monkey, wasn't it? A baboon, Tahuti. They knew some stuff. They played all kind of games with us. The Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall, broke into pieces. That was a saw. A set come up with the 14 pieces. They had to put them back together, missing one piece. These are all, they hid the knowledge. I know now, I understand for a purpose. Why? Because other people wanted to destroy it and kill it. They had to put it in symbolism and decode it in esoteric teachings. I get it, I understand it, and I love it. I can appreciate it. I hope you can too. I got more about Tahuti. I'll be right back with that lesson. I got some more information about Tahuti. But this is all about learning how to operate this thing on your shoulders called the mind. All is mental. So is God. Just mental and spirit. Remember, spirit and consciousness. That's what we are based on. The physical body is just the what? The vehicle which we use here, but in the physical form. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Understand that, get with the movement, and enjoy life. Just live right. I got you with the knowledge part. I'm here every day doing that for you. And in closing, right thing is remember, may you all let it be 100. Me, 100 miles today. So I know that my right thinkers have passed away. I'm here doing what I do for you. I'll be right back.